respective lecturer, Puan Nik Nur Hazila binti Nik Mut, and our beloved friends. We are representing from Group 9. Today, we will be presenting on what we understand based on our case study that we have chosen.
Before we head into our case study, I would explain about what is microeconomics all about. Microeconomics is the study of how households and firms make decisions and how they interact in markets. It studies the functioning of markets and the behavior of individual decision-making units such as consumers, firms, resources, owners, and others. And today we will present about case study number 3 about tire tube makers up prices again, based on the concepts and theories we have learned.
Question A. Based on the above article, identify 2 examples of production costs that are incurred by tire tube manufacturers. Classify whether they are fixed or variable cost and give a reason for your answer. From the article, there are 2 examples of production costs that are incurred by tire tube manufacturers. Those are natural rubber and sales tax. Natural rubber is a variable cost because the production cost changes based on the quantity of output produced. As we can see, 4 months ago, the price of natural rubber had increased from Rm2000 per ton to Rm3400. So, we can conclude that if the output of tire tubes increases, the usage of natural rubber increases, and when the usage of natural rubber increases, the cost automatically will increase.
Using a supply and demand diagram, explain the effect of the increase in the price of natural rubber on the price of tire tube. When the price of natural rubber is increased, the price of tire tube also increase. This causes the quantity supply to increase when the price of tire tubes goes up. Based on the diagram, at the price of P0, the quantity supply is Q0. When the price of tire tube increase from P0 to P1, then the quantity supply will increase from Q0 to Q1. Due to the higher cost of natural rubber that the manufacturer used as input, the manufacturer has to increase the price of tire tubes for the second time about 10% in September. When the price of the tire tube is increased, then the quantity demand will decrease. Based on the diagram, at the price of P0, the quantity demand is Q0. When the price of tire tube increase from P0 to P1, then the quantity demand will decrease from Q0 to Q1. Based on the diagram, price equilibrium will be at P0 and the quantity equilibrium will be at Q0. The increase in the price of natural rubber will also increase the price of tire tube, and it causes decreases in the quantity demand of tire tube. Therefore, when the price of natural rubber increases from P0 to P1, the supply curve of natural rubber will shift to the left from S0 to S1, and the quantity demand of tire tube also decreases from Q1 to Q0 to Q1. The new equilibrium point will be at E1, price equilibrium will be at P1, and the quantity equilibrium will be at Q1.
Question C is, using another supply and demand diagram, explain the effect of the increase in the price of natural rubber on the price of synthetic rubber. Based on the diagram 1, the price equilibrium will be P0 and the quantity equilibrium will be Q0. If the price of natural rubber increase, it wouldn't affect the price of synthetic rubber, but it will affect the quantity demanded of synthetic rubber. People will use synthetic rubber when the price of natural rubber increases. This is because natural rubber and synthetic rubber are substitute goods. Therefore, if the price of natural rubber increase, the quantity demanded for natural rubber will decrease, whereas the quantity demanded of synthetic rubber will increase. So, the demand curve for the synthetic rubber will shift to the right, whereas the price will increase from P0 to P1 and the quantity demanded will increase from Q0 to Q1. So, the new equilibrium will be E1.
Okay, next is question D. Question D is, in the first paragraph, it is mentioned that the demand from consumer didn't drop during the first increase. What does this tell you about the price elasticity of demand for tire tubes? So the answer is, the demand for consumers didn't drop during the first increase. It tells that it is perfectly inelastic demand. Perfectly inelastic demand is a condition where quantity doesn't change as the price does change. So as we can see in this graph, price P1 rises from P1 to P2 while the quantity remains same at Q1. Thank you.
Question E. In theory, how would an increase in price of tires tube affect the market for cars? Explain and illustrate. Complement goods are negative relationship. If a good price increase, the demand for the complement's product will decrease. The tubes are a complement product for cars as it is used to make the car's tire. If the tire's tubes price increase, the demand for car will decrease. The demand for cars will decrease because the production cost will increase. Cars will be more expensive. This will affect the market for cars.
In conclusion, natural rubbers are used to produce tire tubes. If the price of natural rubber increases, the production of natural rubbers will decrease. This will also cause the tire tubes to decrease as it will affect the demand of tire tubes. Due to the increase of price on natural rubber, we can use synthetic rubber as substitutes. Meanwhile, cars and tire tubes as complements. If the price of goods increases, the demand for the complement products will decrease. Thank you.